Hi there, welcome to your channel Achiever Today. My name is Mirza Adam. In this video, we are going to start another subtype of past tense, which is past continuous tense. So let's discuss what past continuous tense is. So as the name suggests, past, we are talking about some past time, continuous. So still the action is on, it is not over. So we will be taking up the actions which are in process, in continuation. Okay. So let's have a look at the first use, continuing action in some past time. So any action that was in continuation in past time. So this is one of the uses of this tense. Example, I was writing a poem yesterday. So here I have used was, that is one of the forms of be. Okay. So was writing. So with was, I am using the ing form of the verb. Okay. Another important thing is I am using past adverbial yesterday. So with the help of this past adverbial, I'm getting to know that this is something related to past tense. Okay, so I was writing a poem yesterday. This denotes that the action was in process in some past time. Next use, action in continuation until it was overtaken by another action in past. Okay, so one action was in continuation and up to when the another action started, okay, it was interrupted by another action. So the example is, Sarah was reading a story until the power cut. Sarah was reading a story. This is the first clause. So here I am talking about an action that was in continuation, but this was in continuation up to the next action started. So Sarah was reading a story until the power cut. So here this is the second form of the verb cut. So it is a kind of irregular verb whose all three forms are same. So if I say the past form of cut is cut and third form is also cut. So here it is the second form of the word cut. So Sarah was reading a book until the power cut. Next use, action which kept happening repeatedly in past. So some action, any action that we did in past time and again. Let's have a look at the example. The public was protesting against GST. For example, now the protest is over, or rather it may be in continuation, but we are not concerned about that. We are talking about this action in past. It was happening over and over again in some past time. So this sentence is also an example of past continuous tense. So this is also one of the important uses of past continuous tense. Now let's see the formula of past continuous tense. We will analyze how different types of sentences are formed if we have a past continuous tense. Okay, so the basic formula is was, were. We will use either was or were depending upon the subject. So if the subject is singular, we will be using was, and if the subject is plural, we will be using were. And the another thing is V1, that means the root form of the verb, basic verb with ing. So it will become the progressive form of the verb. So this is the main part of the past continuous tense. Alright. So if we have a positive sentence, for example, we have any sentence which is positive in nature, an affirmative sentence. So if we see this example, he was laughing at his madness. So here the subject is singular. So I will be using was, not were. He was, then I am using the continuous form of the verb. So we always use ing to its basic form. So I am using laugh with ing. So it becomes a progressive form of the verb. He was laughing at his madness. So here I am concerned about some past time. Next, if we have a negative sentence, so it will be something like this. So the example is, we were not doing any other work when we set up this business. Okay, so here we have two different clauses. One clause is, we were not doing any other work. So this is the first clause, and from this here the second clause starts, when we set up this business. So I am referring to some other action that also happened in past. Okay, so we were not doing any other work. So why I am using were? Because here the subject is plural. So we were not This is negative word. This makes this sentence negative. And again, I'm using ing form of the verb do. We were not doing any other work when we set up this business. So we set up business in some past time. This lets us know. Okay. Now, what if we have interrogative sentence? So first of all, let's discuss the polar question. Polar question, again, let me tell you, the questions that demand an answer either positive or negative. Okay. So first polar question, were they living in Boston when you reached America? I hope you must be knowing where Boston is. Boston is a city in America. Okay. So were they living in Boston when you reached America? So I am talking about the time when you reached there. There means America. So were they living in Boston at that time? So here this question is a kind of a polar question. Okay, next question. If we have a non-polar question, for example, why was your uncle scolding you? So here this question demands a specific answer, not yes no type answer. Okay, so why was your uncle scolding you? So here, why was your uncle? So here I will be using was or were depending upon the subject. So subject is your uncle. Why was your uncle? Okay, so your uncle is singular. That is the reason why I am using was, not were. So why was your uncle scolding you? Again, I am using ing form. So I hope this is clear to you. So keep remember this formula, and I hope you must have found this video useful to you. And if you have, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll meet our next video and discuss another type of tense.